You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back. If you've been tracking the furious convergence of AI, mobility, and corporate strategy, you know we are in a pretty remarkable moment.
It absolutely feels like the gas pedal is just stuck to the floor.
It really does. The material we've been seeing this week reads like a thriller, full of sudden shifts and massive competitive pressures.
For sure. What we're seeing isn't just incremental change, it's fundamental realignment. Companies are making these calls now that will decide if they even survive the next decade.
Okay, let's dive right in then, starting where the heat is highest. The AI arms race. The competition is so fierce, it's prompting stuff that sounds like it's straight out of a movie.
That's right. We're talking about a genuine code red from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
A code red. And that's all about improving ChatGPT quality, right?
It is, but the really interesting thing is the immediate consequence of that.
Which is what?
Other major internal products are being delayed indefinitely.
Wow. So they're basically reallocating everything. It's a signal that just maintaining their lead or the perception of their lead is the only priority.
It tells you everything about the threat they feel. The opportunity cost of falling behind is just that staggering.
So what triggered this specific panic? I mean, it's always been competitive, but this feels different.
It's coming from a few angles. On one side, you have Google. Their Gemini models have demonstrably surpassed OpenAI's in some key benchmark tests.
And that eats away at the trust factor they built up early on.
Exactly. And on the other side, you've got Anthropic, who's just gobbling up enterprise customers.
Right, the business clients.
And they're reportedly gearing up for a huge IPO next year, which would just flood the market with another very well-funded giant.
So as the big players are fighting it out, a new challenger appears, DeepSeek.
Yep. And they're not being shy about it.
I saw this, a new player claiming they can match GPT-5 performance. I'm always a little skeptical of benchmarks. What makes this claim different?
Well, the skepticism is healthy, but the claims are super specific. They're saying their V3.2 model matches a rumored, unreleased GPT-5 on reasoning benchmarks.
That's a bold claim about a future product.
It is. But the one that really got my attention is the DeepSeek V3.2 special.
Okay.
It claims to match Google's Gemini-3 Pro. And the detail that's just wow is that it performed at gold medal levels on the International Math Olympiad.
Wait, the Math Olympiad, that's not just calculation, that's like advanced creative reasoning.
It's a huge indicator capability. That ability to handle abstract, complex math is exactly what developers need to build the next generation of really powerful, reliable tools.
So let's connect this back to the real world. These performance wars, they have sharp consequences for corporations, right? We have a major update from HP.
A huge one. HP is doing a sweeping round of layoffs, and they're specifically pointing to AI as the driver.
How many are we talking about?
Between 4,000 and 6,000 employees. And the financial projection is what's really staggering. They expect this move to save them $1 billion.
$1 billion by 2028. That sets a scary precedent. Where are they deploying this AI that's replacing so many people?
The focus is on high-volume, repeatable tasks. So product development, internal operations, and the big one, customer support.
This is the clearest example yet of that AI competition we were just talking about translating directly into headcount reduction.
It really is. For you listening, this means AI isn't just changing what you build, changing who you build it with. It's a profound shift.
Okay, so that's the corporate fallout. But when AI gets deployed into the physical world, like in self-driving cars, the rules get even more complicated. Let's move from the AI brain to its wheels. Let's talk mobility.
Yeah, the whole relationship between the human driver and the autonomous car is being redefined right now. Tesla is experimenting with this with their new Tesla Ride program.
Right. This lets people try out full self-driving in a supervised demo. It's very controlled, though, isn't it?
Extremely cautious. Sessions are capped at 45 minutes. You need a valid license, insurance.
And a Tesla advisor is sitting right next to you the whole time.
The whole time. It's all about building public confidence, one very supervised drive at a time.
But then, right after announcing this super cautious program, they drop a completely contradictory announcement.
I know, it's wild. They're planning to allow texting and driving while using FSD.
In the next couple of months.
It immediately brings up the whole liability question. They say it'll only be available depending on traffic context, but what does that even mean?
We don't know the details, but it just flies in the face of so many laws. Many states prohibit even holding a phone while driving.
Exactly. So if the car misjudges the context and there's an accident, Who's liable? Is it Tesla for enabling it, or the driver for looking at their phone?
It's a legal black box. And if the system is encouraging you to be distracted, you're not a very good backup, are you?
You're not a backup at all.
So speaking of urban driving, Waymo is going in a completely different direction. They're programming their cars to be, well, less polite.
Confidently assertive is the term they're using.
They want them to behave like New York cabbies.
Yes. And it's driven by necessity. If you're trying to scale up in a city like New York or San Francisco, a car that's too passive, that always yields, just becomes a roadblock itself.
So you're trading politeness for efficiency. I'm just imagining a self-driving car cutting me off.
It's about making those common sense trade-offs that human drivers make every day, that little bit of pushiness you need to merge. It shows that real autonomy has to incorporate the messy compromises of the real world.
Which is a perfect transition, because trade-offs are inevitable, whether you're building a car or managing a massive code base. Let's go a bit deeper into engineering philosophy.
I love this stuff. What's fascinating is how product philosophy is impacting these new AI agents. There's a strong case being made that the best products are the most opinionated.
I love that word, opinionated. It sounds so judgmental, but in design, it means something very specific.
It means the product has a deliberate point of view. The creators have made choices for you, so it just works out of the box without you needing to tweak a million settings.
It reduces decision fatigue.
Exactly. The product has a clear vision of how it should be used.
And that idea of deliberate choices ties into this conversation about bad code, doesn't it? We assume messy code is just incompetence.
But it's often not. We need to reframe it. Think of an engineer working on some old, awkward part of a system. They're like a plumber trying to fit a new sink into a 100-year-old house.
Right.
In that situation, bad code is often a deliberate company trade-off. It's about speed, about getting the project done.
So the decision was made to ship the feature and deal with the maintenance debt later.
Precisely. It's an organizational choice, not an individual failure.
And to combat that, there's a push to treat test code like production code.
Yes. Apply the same standards for readability, for review. If your tests are high quality, the whole system is more maintainable in the long run.
Okay, let's jump from code philosophy to a piece of tech that is just beautifully sophisticated but totally hidden. Punny code.
The unsung hero of the global internet. It's brilliant. It basically solves a fundamental problem. The internet's domain name system, DNS, can only handle ASCII characters. The basic Latin alphabet.
But people use all sorts of characters around the world. Chinese, Cyrillic, Arabic.
Exactly. Punycode converts all those complex Unicode characters into the simple ASCII that DNS can understand.
How does it squeeze all of that information in? That sounds like a huge data density problem.
That's where the genius is. It uses these really sophisticated techniques like adaptive bias adjustment and delta compression. It's basically a hyper-efficient way to pack information tightly so that complex global domain names can fit into the internet's very restrictive system.
It's proof that the most elegant solutions are the ones you never even notice. Speaking of elegance, let's do a quick hardware check-in.
Sounds good. Samsung has confirmed the U.S. launch of the Galaxy Z Trifold for early 2026.
A trifold. That suggests a really intentional shift in how we're supposed to interact with these devices.
For sure. It's got a huge 10-inch inner display, a big battery, and it's incredibly thin, just 3.9 millimeters when it's unfolded. It's completely rethinking the mobile canvas.
And on the brain-computer interface front, a really hopeful update from Neuralink.
A great update. The first human patient is doing so well, he's studying neuroscience, getting good grades, that they're considering an upgrade for him.
An upgrade to do what?
To perform even more sophisticated tasks, interacting with complex software using only his mind. The progress there is just remarkable.
It is. Okay. Let's pivot now to the really high-stakes world of mega deals and corporate power shifts.
The biggest story, without a doubt, is streaming consolidation. Netflix is in exclusive talks to acquire a huge chunk of Warner Bros. Discovery.
This is massive. What are the terms we're hearing?
Netflix offered $30 a share for the studio and streaming assets. And here's the kicker, a $5 billion breakup fee.
Wow, that signals they're dead serious about this.
It signals total commitment. This isn't just about content, it's about buying infrastructure, intellectual property, and just fundamentally reshaping the entire entertainment landscape.
So while one giant is expanding, another is pulling back, a major retreat at Meta.
A huge one. They're planning meaningful resource cuts for the Metaverse project, the thing that was supposed to be the entire company's new identity.
Budget cuts as high as 30%, I saw. That's going to mean layoffs?
Almost certainly. And those savings are being channeled to other projects within their reality labs. It's a shift away from that grand, expensive vision toward more tangible, short-term wins in AR and VR.
Let's end this section on a more positive note, though. The way AI is merging with art at Disney, this feels different from the HP story.
It's the complete opposite. Disney has these new proprietary AI tools where an artist can do a sketch.
And the AI animates it.
It animates it, but it retains the artist's unique style. The AI does the grunt work, the repetitive in-between frames.
So it frees the artist up to focus purely on creativity. That's the augmentation promise, isn't it?
It is. It's a tool that elevates human talent instead of trying to replace it.
Okay, just a couple of quick futurist facts to round us out. First, putting data centers in space. Good idea or bad idea?
Terrible. Horrible. No good. Very bad idea.
Just flat out no.
Flat out no. The cost is insane, the hardware has to be hardened for space, and the performance would be mediocre compared to what we can do on Earth. Let's keep the cloud on the ground.
Noted. But on a much more uplifting note, there's some genuinely promising work happening on a functional cure for HIV.
This is one of the biggest breakthroughs I've seen in a while. Researchers are engineering these potent antibodies to control the virus long-term without daily medication.
A functional cure, not just management.
Exactly. And the early results are incredible. 2 independent trials have participants with undetectable HIV levels for over a year without antiretrovirals.
That is just amazing. So if we pull all of this together, the AI arms race, the trade-offs in autonomous driving, the huge corporate pivots, it paints a picture of just intense disruptive acceleration.
It does. And this acceleration has a profound impact on career development, especially for people just starting out in tech.
Yeah.
It feels like AI is eroding the traditional apprenticeship model.
That's a huge risk for the talent pipeline, isn't it? So what's the defense against that? If AI can write gold medal level code, what should early career people be focusing on?
You have to adapt how you value your own skills immediately. Relational intelligence, working in teams, communicating ideas, building relationships. That used to be a soft skill, a differentiator. Now it's a foundational necessity. As the code itself gets commodified, your human skills, your ability to collaborate and connect, that's what becomes essential for success, for survival even.
That is a powerful final thought for you to consider. In a world where machines are getting gold medals in reasoning, your ability to relate to other humans is no longer a soft skill. It's the hardest and most important skill of all. Thanks for tuning into this edition of The Vocal Technologist. We'll see you next time.
Spoken Tech, for your ears.